Hello, we're back. This is Dr. Gregory Jenkins with Alicia Dukov and our guest, Flynn Beck.
Yay. Holla.
And we've been talking about relationships, and we're all over the place with this topic, so don't try to take notes, because I think you just listen. You'll be better off.
It's a dating topic today, but we're going to do metadating at the end. I'm going to lead you guys into like a 5-minute, maybe less than that, meditation on how to send to yourself and think about what you want. Find an intention. We'll get back to it in a little while. The intention is what meditation is all about. So when you're going to get into yourself and you're going to get into your core, which is what I call the lagoon of light, this is your solar plexus. It's the place of your personal power. When you get in there, you're going to have an intention, what you want to let go of, what you want to heal the cracks of in your heart, who hurt you in the past, what's holding you back from being your true, authentic self, the best hiker you can be up this mountain. Okay? I use the whole mountain of life metaphor. I have the whole thing going at the moment. It's just crazy where that's gone. So it's all opening. You have a backpack. You have to think about what's in there that you need to let go of. She literally has a backpack with us right now.
It's a Hero backpack. My girlfriend started the company Hero. It's pretty cool.
Awesome. Yeah,
well,
so you even have
Flynn,
one.
Before we maybe go in just a second, Flynn was talking about earlier about the fundraiser she's doing. Maybe you should tell everybody about the fundraiser.
Oh, thank you. So
Kaleidoscope.
I have a nonprofit charity that I'm supporting. It's called Kaleidoscope, and they provide classical, like Philharmonic level music to underserved communities. So homeless shelters, churches, hospitals, and
radio stations.
Yeah. So and then I'm putting together a charity show at the Improv on Melrose on the 27th of June.
Okay, guys. Yeah, I actually really want to. I missed your last show. I want to.
Yeah, come. June 27th at 8 p.m. And I have a killer lineup. I'm trying to get Kevin Nealon from Weeds.
Awesome.
Eliza Schlesinger, we're in talks with her. I have Rick Ingram. I have Drew Lynch, who won America's Got Talent.
Cool.
So it's going to be a great lineup. Justin, are you in? Awesome.
You have to drive a little bit.
Oh, yeah. But it's
not all
worth
the way to K-Town.
It's worth it. I'll have some hotties there for you in the audience. Don't even worry about it. I got you covered.
Her friends are really hot.
Yeah, they're models. They're all previous models.
There you go. That should catch a bunch of people if the first lineup didn't send you. So there you go. Now people are listening.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, what's the date again?
June 27th.
June 27th.
So
all right,
it's
guys.
7 weeks away.
And anybody who's listening to this who's interested, the information will be put up on our website for this show. So you can just click over to the podcast of the station, to this episode, and you'll see your information and the website.
I have something for you, because I just watched Justin. I think something you have to be good at nowadays, if you want to date, is you have to be good at texting. People really aren't picking up the phone and calling each other. True or false?
That's true, but what I also have heard recently, girls are still impressed by a guy that in this digital age will pick up the phone and
We
call.
had her in here last week.
Yeah, and that's something that
we had a millennial girl in here last week. She said, when a guy, I want them
that.
to call me. And when a guy calls me, it's great. And she even likes FaceTime, and Justin cracked up because I was so invasive. Like, I can't do that.
When I think of FaceTime, I think of I'm thinking of...
that's what I said to her. I said, are you sure they're not FaceTiming you because they want something else out of it? And they're hoping that goes there?
No, yes. So this 40-something guy I've been off and on with for a couple years, he fully is like, hey, you want to FaceTime? And I say, nope, not unless I'm your girlfriend. Because I know what that leads.
You know where it leads,
yeah,
right?
So if you want to FaceTime me, you got to be boyfriend
or
girlfriend.
Okay, P.S. Sexiest thing ever when you're with somebody and, like, I don't know, it doesn't matter if you're married or not. When you're in a relationship with somebody, I do this with my husband frequently. He goes on a business trip, and I'll Skype him.
Oh, Skype
very
sex
randomly.
Is the best.
No, but I pretend that I'm like, when you can do online these days is go and, like, hire somebody who's just sitting there, like, with their clothes off, taking a bath, or with their clothes off, reading a book, and they just let you watch them.
What?
Oh, you haven't heard about that?
Does it cost money?
Oh my God! Well, they're called tokens. So you can pay the girl in tokens.
What?
And
Is
then
it like Bitcoin?
And then it turns into money. Like, the girl accumulates the amount of tokens that she gets from each guy, from each bidder, or whatever, and then that actually transfers into money. The guy gives the credit card number, and depending on how many minutes he wants to just watch her.
So he can masturbate while she's taking a bath?
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
I have a patient
Anything
goes.
goes.
That's what she does.
For a living?
She does that for a living. She
want you to bring her in.
She gets $500 an hour to do whatever you want.
Well, $500 an hour is, she has different bidders, or is it one person?
I just was...
Wait. You have a client
she's estimating
that
that.
maybe we're in the wrong profession.
No, she's estimating that, because each client, if she's doing what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
you have multiple bidder. You have multiple people that are tuning into you, tuning into your channel or whatever.
Yeah.
And they have given their credit card number. So depending on how many minutes they're watching you, they charge for that. She can set her rate, I guess. So if she's giving you $500 an hour, it's not a set $500. It's like an estimation. Oh, yeah, no. See, it doesn't even matter. It's about you being able to just let it loose, present yourself
She's definitely
online.
a flat top type.
Flat top.
Some guys are into that.
Flat top. Hair.
What does that mean?
She's lesbian?
Lesbian, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Well, some guys dig that too.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Okay.
anyways, I mean, look, and it goes even further. You can be not just a dominatrix these days, but they're baby, sugar babies, you know, girls that like look really young. They're not actually underage, but they look young and they dress up like these little girls. And then you can, I mean, like, it's crazy.
Oh my God.
Not only that, then you have the dominatrix that like literally you sign up with them and they'll make you oink like a pig and you can be their slave. The guy wants to come over and clean their car, wash their floors. What it turns them on. The world's kinky.
Wow.
People are kink.
Oh, you know what? They have that in Transparent. One of the women who's married and kind of bored, she goes to a lesbian dominatrix and gets whipped.
Oh yeah. Look, that stuff's happened for a long time.
That show's opened up a lot of doors for me. I mean, it's opened up a lot of doors in my head about like, and then the youngest daughter on Transparent, she pops a Molly and hooks up with 2 black personal trainers, and she gets turkey roasted.
Rotisserie.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
It's also an Oreo.
You mean spit
Yeah.
roasted?
What is it?
I mean, just roasted in general, but yeah,
Rotisserie.
Spit roasted?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you know
rotisserie
the,
is when
the
they spin
pig,
them around
it's
and-
like
Yeah, so it was
top
two.
and
So she gets these 2 hot personal trainers, and it's called spit roasted.
well, yeah, just roasted.
The spit part
roasted.
because they're spitting.
Let's just. It's
Okay.
also an Oreo cookie. You know.
Are we being too naughty?
Something's spinning. Something's coming out. Yeah.
Oh
right?
yes, Oreo
so
cookie.
that has
Touche.
opened up a lot of doors for you.
No,
in your
just no.
mind?
I mean, like just
Okay.
like I just
You were saying?
Well, yeah, like and learning about these transgenders. Like I just don't. It's an eye opening, not door opening. Eye opening.
That's
Thank
great.
you. An eye opening experience about sexuality and anyway, yeah, that kind of
We're
gave.
all on a spectrum, you guys,
I
and it's
know.
not
Right.
black or white. Thank God for those movies in the mainstream. I'll tell you, the books that
Yeah.
were written, even though when you look at the real people that do that on a daily basis, they looked at those books like child's play. They don't know what they're okay, because like it's totally different in the underground. But
Are you part of the underground?
What it did, that's confidential information.
Okay, that
So,
means yes. I mean, it's affirmative.
I would have to have you sign a waiver.
Okay.
No, I do know of it. And the thing is, what's really great about those 2 movies, the Gray, Shades of Gray.
You mean a transparent?
No, Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, came from books. 2 books
Yes,
that were
yes.
written by this woman.
3 books,
who's-
yes, 3 books.
3,
and the
yeah.
woman does not look like, I mean, you would think that this came from some erotic looking chick, right? She's just like a sweet looking stay at home with her 12 cats kind of lady. I mean, it's like, she doesn't look like somebody that would go and have this affair with Christian Grey. Okay? And I mean, you've seen it in movies. The women that do the sex phone operating with the really sexy voices and here's what I'm wearing, what are you wearing?
It's not the girls like you, right?
They don't look like you or me. They look like your 3rd grade teacher who's, you know, now in her 70s and like,
Wow.
sits at the library. And then, you know, I don't know. They're not ka-chow.
You know, there's where I live. There's
But they got it
there's
in
a
'em.
house,
Yeah.
a couple, 3 or 4 houses up the street, across the street, on the corner. And I usually when I go home, I always make a U-turn and come back and park. And when I see in their window, they're both a man and a woman are at this computer, and they are porn producers. So, and they used to film movies at their house sometime until the police didn't let them do it anymore. So I'm wondering if they're doing like online chatting, you know, just like you're talking about.
I was at the San Francisco airport, SFO. I sat next to a couple, and they finally told me they have a cam house. Do you know what that is?
Well, yeah, there are cameras through their house where they do naughty things and let people watch.
Yeah, and then I was watching The Affair on Showtime, and there was this party, and the girl said, "I'll meet you downstairs," and everybody was in the pool naked. Everybody was naked having sex.
Awesome.
So
Well,
is that underground?
No,
No.
underground meaning like the clubs that you go to and you get beaten
Oh.
up and you get like
Beaten
whipped
up?
and, you know,
Yeah.
put in cages and
Catheters,
you find
all
a
kind of
dom
stuff.
or you have a dom and you're the sub or you're the switch or
Yeah.
you're
I thought
you're a
underground was
brat,
like
you're a
you go
sub
to a party
dom.
and everyone's naked.
Look, there's a
No.
whole world. And the reason why is because we're all on a spectrum. Okay, we're all kinky on some level.
It's like from straight and gay. It's like 1 to 10.
Yeah, with bi or...
And nobody is a 1 and nobody's a 10 altogether.
Kinsey, people hated him back in the 50s for saying everybody's a level of bisexual.
Who's Kinsey?
Kinsey's the guy that went door to door in the 50s and made sex surveys at a time where women just wore a string of pearls and very daintily. I mean, children came from storks. Like, they don't.
Yeah.
We did not talk
Stepford
about
wife.
sex. We did not talk about sex. We're just coming out of that, barely.
I think we are
in society.
now.
Well, no, barely. We've got a long way to go. But shows like what you're talking about right now,
The Transparent.
Shameless is another one
Yeah.
that's really eye-opening as
Yeah.
well. And they had a
You
cam
have to watch
house.
Transparent. You have to. Promise me you will.
I will. I promise. A lot of shows like that. Okay. A lot of shows like that exist for this reason, because we are opening cracks in the consciousness of society and allowing people to look in, peer into themselves ultimately and say, hey, you know what? That thing that I've always felt afraid of being or feeling or wanting, that is a thing. It actually exists and it doesn't make me a freak. Oh, wow. Cool. You know, and I think that's also going back to dating here. What's also happening? We have everything at our fingertips these days online. Too much of it. Too much.
Yes.
And so I think this instant gratification has kind of infiltrated our mentality about dating. The speed dating really has become kind of what it is. People lose interest in being in the present moment with the person sitting in front of them.
Speed
They
dating.
can't sit present with what they're looking at in front of them in the moment.
Yes.
This is why I think meta dating is freaking
It's
brilliant.
genius.
It's genius
Yeah.
because so many people today cannot sit in the present moment. We cannot.
No, they're too busy like checking to see what's happening.
Because
on Instagram.
there's so much in our fingertips. There's
I
so
know.
much in our hands. We have the world at our fingertips, literally, and it's going to explode at some point. We cannot keep going to these extremes that we are right now with all this information technologically
it's making
linking
us
us.
ADD, isn't it?
Totally. We're completely attention deficited
Yeah.
in,
Where we
in
know
this generation.
it's turned us into Windows programs where there's 15 different applications that are open on your computer
All the
screen, and
time.
and you're working on all of them.
Yeah.
And that's really bad for people.
Well, and it's bad for dating because when you're
Oh,
sitting there,
I'm thinking about the whole world.
well, it's a dating topic, right? Look at you. I mean, seriously, when you sit with somebody, unless they're older, maybe that's why you've had more success with the older ones recently.
Oh, that was just an experiment.
Okay, and
Try
how
out.
did it go?
It's a tryout.
I'd never been with an older man, so it was.
I'm talking about the dating, though, not the actual sex.
I'm talking
not
about the sex.
Oh, you're talking about dating.
Dating. Yeah, I
So
was
it
in a
was-
relationship for 7 months.
Right, how-
I wasn't
how
even
was
dating.
it?
I was a relationship. It was lovely. It was nice.
He had older values then.
No, he was
No?
pretty. He was pretty hip.
I mean, he still opened the door for you. He paid for dinner. I mean, these are like kind of the old
I don't
traditional
know about the open
values.
the door, but pay for dinner. Yeah.
Okay, now I love going Dutch when I used to date before I was married.
Hell no. Hell.
Ah, but why?
I'm old fashioned. No. The
Okay,
man pays
talk.
for
We're
everything.
talking about
she's from the
values.
South. This
Oh,
was-
no, no.
she's
We're
a
talking about
Southern belle.
values.
Man pays
This is
for
the value segment.
everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Okay, and when are we going to break just so that I can figure this out? Now? All right, look, we're talking about values right now.
Okay.
The man pays for everything. I don't agree with that. I loved...
Either does Justin.
Neither does Justin. Well, because you know what? Maybe Justin and I have the same perception about it. You're even players on the playing field. And automatically, if that person's paying for you, there are two things happening. One is you think, does he have an expectation of something now? And the other thing is most of the time the guy will. Or the person paying will. It'll be like, not only am I driving all this distance to go see this property, right? We're going back to property values. Not only am I driving all this distance, but I know I'm not going to get anything out of it. I might not even get a kiss. And we're going to this expensive, like, dinner, and like she wants to go for drinks, and every drink is $18 if we go to a fancy place.
I'm a
and-
cheap date.
Well,
Even
let's
worse,
be honest,
because then
though.
it's like you're going to be at a bar and you're asking the guy to pay for you at like sawdust on the floor in like some weird back alley room. Like that's,
Sawdust, what places are you going to?
I don't know. You're not going to the fancy ones.
I'm not?
Are you going to Hole in the Wall?
No.
What are you doing? Mid range. What is a mid range? Happy hour. Happy hour.
I don't do
nice,
happy
easy
hours.
way to go.
No, I don't do happy hours.
Okay. So how much are the dates? The drinks that the guys
I don't really do drinks. I do dinner.
dinner. Okay. So let's just take that. A dinner place.
That's a whole topic in
Is
itself.
it a fancy place? Is it a regular hole in the wall? You're going to Johnny Rockets?
No. It's a nice place.
Okay, nice place, meaning like a $200 dinner at least because you're getting a bottle of wine, right?
No,
She
I'm
doesn't
not
drink.
a big drinker. Again. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
$150 tops with tip.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Well, if the guy is if he's expected to pay every single time you guys go out,
We
it
don't have
puts
to do
a
that
pressure.
every time.
That's one of the things on the list.
Okay, so
dating in LA. One of the truths about it is that it's freaking expensive. Every single place you go is expensive, especially if it's cool. And if you are trying to impress the person you're dating, you're going to want to go to the cool places, and boom, 2 dates, and you're out of the paycheck that you just got that you still have to pay your rent for, which, by the way, is expensive because you live on the west side. Okay, we're going on break. We'll be back in a minute for some meta-dating. All right, bye. Hi, we're back. We were talking about what new phase you're in of dating. I love it.
Well, no, it's new. The way I've operated since, so I lost my virginity when I was 20 at college. I went to Florida State, so there's no way I was staying a virgin at Florida State. But I'm a serial monogamist.
Okay.
So I would date a guy. We would go get AIDS tested because I'm not a condom girl. And then we would date for 2 years or a year.
Okay. Long-term relationship girl.
Yeah. And then break up and then go get another guy for a year, 2 years.
Okay.
And then another guy. So I was a serial monogamist my whole life. And even up until recently, if I meet a guy, we like each other, we go get AIDS tested, and then we're together. We're exclusive. It's like... Well, whatever. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I guess I could...
You do the STD test before you sleep with anybody.
Yes.
That is a big portion of what we're talking about today when we're talking about you dating in LA. Yeah, okay.
Right,
talk about that.
But my sister was always like, what? Like, Flynn, you make sex out to be something so serious. Like, it's like going to the gym. Just like wear a condom, date a couple guys, see who you like, and then down the road get the AIDS test, and then have a relationship. To me, that's foreign to me. Mm-hmm. That's foreign to me that you would sleep with more than one guy at one time with a condom. Like, to me, I'd rather just dry hump. Like, that doesn't appeal to me.
This comes down to those personal values we were talking about, right? So what are yours?
So that's how I've been.
How are they shifting? Okay.
Yeah, that's just how you've been. Yeah.
That's how I've been my whole life. Is I meet a guy, and then I tell him what I want. And he goes, okay, and then we date for a year or two. And
so they wait for you. That's awesome.
What do you mean wait?
Well, they don't need the instant gratification. Let me spread my seed tonight or get in there or whatever.
No. I have a 1 month rule.
Which is?
I wait 1 month.
And then we go get a test.
No, we get the test prior to that.
Okay.
So I'm like a total nerd. I meet a guy, I tell him what I want, he says okay, and then we go get tested, and then we wait a month, whatever. And it could be in that month we could go out 13 times, we could go out twice, but it has to be a month of just like.
Why did the long-term ones finish before you met somebody new that you went into the next long-term one?
I wouldn't. You were thinking I was working another one?
No, I'm saying
just,
you would have like somebody for 2 years, then that would end, and then you'd start another one for 2 years.
Yeah.
So why would it end usually, looking back now?
Because I didn't want to marry them.
Okay. So usually they were like, all right, what's the next step? Because you usually do that after 2 years.
And
you were like,
try something
where
else.
I need to be.
I don't know. I'm probably a commitment phobe, but I'll find something that I don't think is right for future. I haven't met that guy where my head says yes, my heart says yes, and my coochie says yes.
Yeah,
three.
Totally. And that's what a lot of us are looking for. We always have anyway. But I think more people are holding out for that these days, and in result of it, are dating casually because they're not finding the people that hit all 3 targets. Now, this goes right into meditation, which we're going to end it on, because you're going to start hitting your own 3 targets.
Okay.
You're going to come home to your own self-love.
Yeah.
You're going to come home. Okay, so close your eyes.
Okay.
Get inside.
Are we all doing it?
Yeah, I hope so.
Are you too?
Well, I'm going to be leading it, yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Do we just to hold hands?
It was all hands.
All right, yeah, you can, totally. Couples meditating.
It's all about doing it for yourself.
Sure, close your eyes.
We only have
making it so complicated.
We have to
1 minute, here we are. Close your eyes. You just said you want to be hit in your third eye, in your heart, and in your coochie. So here.
Third eye, in my head.
In your mind.
Yes.
So now I want you to imagine in the center of your stomach area a big ball of light that turns into a lagoon. I want you to see yourself laying in that lagoon. And if you need help getting there, all you got to do with your eyes closed is find your breath. Just find it. Don't do anything about it. Watch it come up and down till you see a river. And follow that river with your mind's eye all the way down to your lagoon. Lay there in that light. I'm not going to leave you in there till next week, but we don't have a lot of time to go any further. I will say this place right now that you're laying is the center of your personal power. We're going to hone in on this, and you're going to come home. That self-love is going to make you reach the peak of your own mountain, and then you can go and jump off of others as much as you want. So we're going to have some fun coming up. And thank you so much for joining us.
So we're gonna be finishing here in a moment, but we'll be back next week at the same time. Alicia Dukov, Dr. Gregory Jenkins, and Flynn Beck.
And Flynn will be back.
Thank you very much.
Bye.